लाइफ फीड ऑन है नहीं रहना
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਚੱਲ ਹਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਚਲਾ ਲੂੰਗਾ
ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਾਰਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਆਈਆਂ ਉਹ ਟੇਬਲ ਤੇ ਰੱਖੀ ਸਾਈਡ ਡੀਜੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਨਾ
ਓਕੇ
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder that the bars will be temporarily closing for the program. Make sure you get 2 or 3 drinks and get to your tables. Once again, the bars will be temporarily closing for the program. Make sure you get 2 or 3 drinks, 4 for you, sir, and take a seat. So if you haven't had a chance to take a photo and leave a nice little message for Rakesh and Manisha, make sure you go to the photo booth, as once the program starts, the photo booth will be on. And also, the bars will be temporarily closing. Please make sure that you grab a couple of drinks, 2 or 3, and get to your tables. Thank you.
Wait, let me go. I saw you. I got to see you. Love the
चला दिया चला नहीं
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, last call for photos. The photo booth outside will be leaving once the program starts. So make sure you get your photos in. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting the program shortly. The bars will be closed for the program. So please grab a couple of drinks, 2 or 3, and get to your tables. Once again, the bars will temporarily be closing. Grab a couple of drinks, 2 or 3, and
What
get
device
to
you
your
are
table.
using?
Thank you.
I always the device for transmission.
Yeah
What is the device?
Exxon
Axion?
yeah
I always interested to buy one, but I never buy this. I should buy one.
yeah it's 1000 meter range
So is it connected to the projector? Another device is connected to the projector.
yes both
Can I take a photo of that?
oh but this side
Yeah, on the
when finished okay
yeah. No, I'll go down. Like that. Oh, not visible.
yeah no easy.
I'll make it.
yeah
Thank you.
call for the bar. Once again, last call for the bar. Make sure you grab a couple of drinks and get to your seats. The bars will be closing momentarily. So once again, last call for the bar. Grab some drinks, get to your seats. We will begin the program shortly. You are seated at the table number that your name resides on. Once again, make sure you check the seating chart and sit at the table number that your name resides on. Thank you.
I'm your height! I'm your height! No, you're not. Yes, I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you kindly take your seats, please. We will begin shortly. Once again, grab your drinks and get to your seats as we will begin shortly.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you kindly take your seats, please, we will begin shortly. I need everyone to please take your seats as we are going to begin tonight's program. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you kindly take your seats, please. We are about to begin shortly. Rakesh and Manisha are about to do their entrance. Once again, I need everyone to take your seats, please. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I ask that you finally please take your seats. And once again, please turn off the glow sticks, leave them at your table. I've been asked by the family to please leave the glow sticks at the table. Do not turn them on, do not play with them at the moment. Please turn off the glow sticks. So once again, please take your seats at your assigned table number. We are about to begin shortly. I need everybody to please take your seats, please. No one should be standing. Everyone should be seated at their table. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I do see some people still standing. I need you to take your seats, please. The family would like everybody to please take your seats so we can begin tonight's festivities. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
स्माइल करो खाली स्माइल कर दो पिक्चर भी निकाल लो पिक्चर भी एक पिक्चर वाला दूसरा भाई वो अलग है ओके Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I kindly ask that you please take your seats, please. We are about to begin tonight's program. I need everybody to please take your seats. I see a lot of people still standing. Please kindly take your seats on behalf of Rakesh and Manisha. We need you to please take your seats, please. Thank you.
little bit ahead of
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, since possibly you may not be understanding English, I will say it in Gujarati. Je umare na hoy te please potani seat ma besi jao. 25 વાર કીધું છે આ 26 વાર બેસો તો સારું. Oh, thank you. એકદમ નંબર 1. Thank you.
आपने लाइट नहीं ऑन की.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a quick question. How is everyone doing tonight? I like that. My name is Nico Patel. I will be your MC for this evening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are celebrating a night of love, a milestone of 25 years. So please, tell me, are you guys ready to have some fun? Let's hit it.
जो सपने कभी मिलके सजाए थे आज वो जिंदगी के रंग बन चुके हैं।
ये क्या हो गया?
इसलिए जिंदगी आज भी एक खूबसूरत सपने जैसी लगती है।
देखते देखते 25 साल बीत गए और आज भी हर एक दिन नई शुरुआत लग रही है।
जिंदगी हर मोड़ में एक नया रंग है, कभी हंसी, कभी आंसू, कभी मुस्किल,
और जो कभी न बदला वो था तुम्हारा साथ।
और तुम्हारा प्यार जो हर पल और गहरा हुआ।
आज भी लगता है जैसे सफर नया है, हर दिन एक नई रोशनी ला रहा है।
लेकिन ये सिर्फ एक सफर नहीं, एक कहानी है।
और ये कहानी सिर्फ हमारी नहीं, हमारे परिवार, बच्चों और दोस्तों की भी है।
और आगे भी हमारी जिंदगी का हर पल अब एक नई कहानी का हिस्सा बनेगा।
और हम ये कहानी हमेशा साथ लिखेंगे, हर दिन, हर पल।
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was beautiful. All I'm missing is a hero and a heroine. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to welcome this wonderful couple? Let's hit it!
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, अपनी कुर्सी पे बैठे, क्योंकि जब सिकंदर गाड़ी चलाता है तो गाड़ी भी चलाता है।
Let's go get her.
We have to go get her, of course. Okay, let's go.
Oh man, what? That was such a great entrance. Rakesh, what? You forgot your wife? What? Are you kidding me? Everybody, this is over for you, bro. But ladies, gentlemen, we should definitely intro her.
You have to help me for that.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, I want everyone to take your glow sticks out right about now. That's right, you turn them on, and I want you to wave them. Hopefully, we can get her to come in for my man here. That's right. Everybody, help him welcome the wonderful Manisha! Fantastic. At this point in time, I would love our wonderful couple to please join me at the cake table. As they come up here, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of housekeeping items. Please, we ask that you keep your children off the dance floor during the program. We want to make sure the photographers get their photos in properly, as well as they don't hurt themselves with the sparklers. So please keep your children off the dance floor. At this point in time, just the parents will be coming up to the cake, and they will do the ceremonial cake cutting. They did this 25 years ago, and now it's time to do it 25 years later. Give them a big round of applause. Rakesh by Manisha, please come this way. I want you to stand right here for me. Now, you guys were outside, right? A lot of energy, but you didn't see it, right? But that was how. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Let's go. Everyone stand up. Now what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give everybody 20 seconds. And in 20 seconds, I want everybody to absolutely scream and shout, lose their minds, and show this couple how much you love them. Is everyone ready? Yeah? Everyone ready here? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That was a lot of energy. Give it to. Great? And keep it. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to do one more thing. Everybody take your cell phones out. Take your cell phone out. Every table, everybody take your cell phone out. Okay? I want you to put it in selfie mode. If you don't know how, ask an auntie at your table, she knows how to do it. Alright? Put on a phone selfie mode, mamuko. That's right. Now, what I'm going to do, me and the DJ, are going to give everyone 30 seconds. Now the record here is 65 people. In 30 seconds, I want to see everybody run up to this couple and take selfies with them in 30 seconds. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3! Nana, pati you, game pati game. Chalo guys, go on, pati you. Come on, let's go. Chalo, okay, now. Before we continue, go. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, Chalo. Hey. They came for a selfie, they don't have a phone. Okay. Somebody get them a phone. Yeah, good? Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need everyone to take your seats, please. Well, why are you guys so close to each other? You've been close to each other for 25 years. How about separation a little bit? Why don't you go stand over here? Right? Manisha, why don't you go stand over here? Okay? And ladies and gentlemen, if you direct your attention to the center of this dance floor, it is time for 25 years later, their second first dance.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, Rakesh, Manisha, you guys can come up and come sit on your throne, please. Come this way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep our program moving on. Like I said, my job is to get through this program quickly so I can open that bar back up for a lot of you party people. But before we continue with the program, both Rakesh and Manisha said they wanted to play a game, but they wanted to play a game with certain individuals. So, when your name is called, please meet me on the dance floor.
Pratiksha, M is wife. Bow. Yeah. Radhika me. Vena. Pratiksha. Okay. So, two more.
No, stay here, stay here. Everybody stay here, stay here. Hey, hold on.
Dimple. Anirudh and Asta.
Hi.
Jagu. Rakesh and Jagu. Jagu.
All right, Jagu, where's Jagu at? Guys, give our contestants a big round of applause, please. Currently, they're writing the board exam. Once you guys are done, hand it to me, please. And stay up here.
Almost. Yeah.
Let's go, guys. Only 8 questions. Very simple answers.
Whatever you feel the right answer.
There's no right or wrong answers. Just remember that. Okay, come here. fellas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, give these 6 wonderful wives a big round of applause. Now, ladies, before you go sit down, I want certain people to join me here. Where is Manish? Where's Manish? Manish, come here. Come join me here, my friend. Manish, come over here. Over here, over here. I want you to stand right here for me, please. Right here. And face that way. That's fine. Okay. Now, where is Yogesh? Yogesh. Yogesh, come your dad over here beside him, right beside here. Where is Harish? Harish, where's Harish? Harish, where are you at? Harish, all right, come on this side. On this side. I need Manish Patel. Manish. Manish. All right. And finally, I need Rakesh. Rakesh.
American citizen.
And I need the second Manish. Is Manish here? Yeah? All right, so again, oh, sorry. First one I need is, oh, who's Pratisha's husband? Where's Pratisha's husband?
911.
There he is. Okay, stand over here. Okay, fellas, just spread out a little bit. Stay in this order. So, Amin. So I have Amin, and then I have Harish, then I have Manish, then I have Yogesh, then I have Manish, number 2, and I have Rakesh. Okay, now, ladies, go sit down. Go sit down. Don't look at your husbands. Don't make eye contact. Go sit down. That's right. All you go sit down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very easy game, of course. These two beautiful souls got married 25 years ago, and they know so much about each other. So, we'd like to know, and they'd like to know, how much you know about your wives. Okay? So there's a question, and they're going to answer, and they won't be answered down here. I'm going to ask you the same question. If you get it right, you're going to take one big step forward. If you don't, you're going to stay where you are. Okay? And at the end of it, there is a prize who has the most correct answers for you and your wife. Alright, you guys feel confident? Alright. I mean, what is your wife's favorite type of lassi? Sweet, salty, or mango? Mango is incorrect. Stay where you are. Stay right there. Turn around. Don't look at her. Alright, Harish. What type of lassi is your wife's favorite? Sweet, salty, or mango?
Mango.
Mango is correct. Give me a round of applause. One step forward right here. Very good. All right, Manish. Sweet, salty, or mango?
Mango.
Mango is correct. Step up. Sweet, salty, or mango?
Mango.
Mango is correct. Sweet, salty, or mango? Mango is correct. Sweet, salty, or mango? All
thinking about their wife.
Okay.
I mean, this is time to make up, alright? Here we go. What is one housework that your wife does not like doing?
Dishwashing.
Dishwashing? Oh my god, that's incorrect. Alright, Arash. What is one housework your wife does not like doing?
I'm gonna go with taking out the garbage.
Take out the garbage is incorrect. Just put a little bit of salt on the wounds, it was cooking. She don't like cooking. You wanna know this one? She don't like laundry. Alright, what housework does your wife not like doing? Oh, what? She likes everything. Okay, sometimes cooking, that is incorrect. She does not like cleaning the dishes. Okay, Yogesh, I have faith in you. What do you think she doesn't like doing? Clean the dishes is incorrect. She doesn't like cooking. Okay, Manisha. What do you think she doesn't like doing? That is correct! Right here, my friend. You are fantastic. All right. Yogesh, what does she not like doing? What good comes she doesn't like? Cleaning is correct. That's also a step forward.
Turn around, face that way. No, I'm gonna do it. Turn around, face that way. Turn around.
Okay, guys. We're gonna go back. Couple more questions. Well, I have to go all the way back here. I mean, what date did you get married? Month, day, year. He says month and year only, right? No, month, day, and year.
December 2013.
That is correct. One step forward. Right here. What date did you get married?
May 20th, 2021.
May 20th, 2021? That is incorrect. It says May 13th, 2022. Can someone verify what's the correct date? Is that right? He said that is right. Oh my God. Take one step back. No. Okay, here we go. What is your date that you got married?
January 1999.
Okay, are you doing this on purpose? Because it says March 2nd, 2006. No, that's not right. I think your wife is wrong. Oh,
That was me.
come on, just start leveling up. Turn around. You took a D grade. All right. Number 4. Here we go. What year, month, date did you get married?
12, 2000.
100%. Move on up. You already got it right. Another one to you. What date did you get married? Time's up! That is incorrect. Correct date, you got the year right, it was 2003, but the date was July 8th, 2003. I mean, what is one thing that you do that your wife do not like? Reading!
Watching reels.
That is correct! One thing, well now 2 things because she doesn't like that you got the date wrong, but what is one thing that your wife does not like about you?
On the phone?
No, This one, I don't even know if I can. Oh, watch over by me. Dahil na mabuhay ito tayo na, okay. It's alright. It's not your part of life. Alright. What is one thing that you do that your wife doesn't like? No. She don't like your jokes. Alright, Yogesh Bhai. One thing that your wife doesn't like of what you do. Everything, he says. That should be a bonus point. I like that. But what is one thing, if you had to say one thing that she doesn't like yours? Phone? No. She also doesn't like your jokes. This is the right Manish. What is one thing that you do that she doesn't like? Istri. What wives would love that if you istri all your clothes. So she doesn't like it when you say it's okay. No, she hates that. Alright. Rakesh, what is one thing that you do that your wife does not like? I know one thing I don't like, you take too long to answer. Okay. That is correct. She doesn't like your jokes. Surprisingly, that is correct. All right. Okay, so guys, we're going to do one more question. And this could decide the winner or it could tie you guys, and we'll do one more, all right? You're not going to win. Not going to win. And you too, you can go have some dal and sit down. You're good too. All right. Okay. Are you ready? The question is, who is her favorite Bollywood actor? That is correct. Take a step up. Who is her favorite Bollywood actor?
I don't think so.
Hrithik Roshan is incorrect. You can go sit down. It was Salman Khan. All right. Who is her favorite actor? Shah Rukh Khan? Nobody likes Shah Rukh Khan. It's Hrithik Roshan. You can go sit down. All right. I didn't bet on you, but let's see. Who is her favorite actor? Salman Khan is correct. Take a step up. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for your winner. I have a gift for you. Come with me, sir. We have a fantastic gift. Here you go. This is for... The right answer is for her. Alright? Give her a round of applause, guys. Fantastic. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if I could get your attention right now, we have two very special people who are going to say a few words. Please put your hands together for their daughters, Mahek and Riona!
Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful evening as we come together to celebrate 25 years of our parents' journey together. My sister and I spent a lot of time thinking about what to say. And we realized that no words can truly capture everything our parents have done for us.
Our mom came to Canada when she was just 16, leaving everything behind to start a new life. A few years later, she returned to India, married her dad, and together at just 19 and 25, they made the bold decision to move back to Canada. As the oldest siblings of their families, they carried a responsibility far greater than just building a future for themselves. They were young, determined, and ready to create a better life, not just for the family that they would one day raise, but for their family as a whole. For 18 years, my sister and I have never once had to question if we were loved. Our parents have shown us time and time again what it means to put family first. They've made sacrifices we could never fully understand, long nights, early mornings, and endless hard work, all to ensure we had food on the table, clothes to show off, and opportunities they never had.
Before we end off, let's talk about their love story. The first time my mom said, "I love you" to our dad, he had nothing to give her in that moment. They were outside, and like any good romantic, he wanted to find something meaningful to show how much he loved her too. The problem, you ask? No flowers, no gifts, nothing. So what did he do? He ran around searching for anything he could give her, only to come back with a random leaf. Yes, you heard that right. Out of all the things in the world, our dad decided a leaf was the ultimate symbol of love. And somehow it actually worked, because here we are 25 years later, and that small moment has grown into something much bigger. What started with one small gesture has turned into a lifelong partnership.
With each passing year, we see more and more of just how much of their lives they poured into making ours better. And today, as we celebrate 25 years of their marriage, we don't just celebrate the number, we celebrate the love, the laughter, and the lessons that have shaped us into who we are. We love you.
Fantastic! Mahek Iriota, fantastic girls. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, we're transitioning to a separate part of this program. We have a wonderful dance performance for you with all the close family and friends of Rakesh and Manisha as they get set up here. And let me also let you know, we are almost finished the program. We just have 2 or 3 more items, and we will open up the dance floor, open up the bar, and celebrate this wonderful couple. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you give these performers a big round of applause and some encouragement, this is the first group performance!
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ
Oh, you have to see another? Ladies and gentlemen, Manisha would like to say something.
Guys, all of you has done incredible dance performance. Very good. I have to say something. જ્યારે એ લોકો મારા ઘરે last every weekend થી perform કરતા હતા, and they did not allow in the basement because they wanted to give us surprise. And seriously, दिल खुश. Thank you. Very good job.
All right, then, our final game right now, final game. Once again, when Manisha or Rakesh call your name, please meet me on the floor and bring your chair with you.
Ankit. Uday. Prashant bhai. Mitu. Rima. Rima. Agnes, you want to play? Come.
I must have to say these two lovely people are looking awesome, beautiful.
Nirali.
Bring your chair, bring your chair.
Deval. Deval. JJ. Jigu.
Come bring your chair over here. How about you? I think we might. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to play a game. First of all, yeah, you guys can sit down. Everybody, please give these guys a big round of applause. Oh, you're coming? All right, which one of you guys don't want to play? You don't want to play? Okay, go. Take your chair back. Take your chair back. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen.
लाइट में प्रॉपर दे रहे हैं, उधर लाइट ज़्यादा दे रही है इधर बाहर से।
चेंज कर लेंगे।
All right, guys.
वो उनको देनी चाहिए।
I don't mind. You want to bring it? That she wants to play? All right, bring it out. What's your name? Deva. You almost got out of it. Deva, come back. Bring your chair. Ekdam dur. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play this game. The couple said we want a game with our guests where they have to run around. I said I've got the perfect game for you. It is a very special game. We call it Squid Games. Does anybody know what Squid Games is? You know what Squid Games is? Squid Games is a TV show where it's a series of challenges. If you fail the challenge, what happens?
You die.
Right, you die, but no one's dying tonight. You will be out. You're out of the game. You're out of the party. Take your chair, go to the parking lot. We'll send you some naan. All right? It's very simple. This item I'm going to ask for. You're going to get up and you're going to go get it. You've seen it on TikTok. The item The name of the game is hurry because one chair will be missing and then you will be out if you're the last person. And that's that. The winner does get a prize though. So you are playing for big, big bucks. Is everyone ready? Everybody ready? Again, it cannot be on yourself. First thing I need, get me a piece of gum or candy. Go! Let's go. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Show me it, show me it. Sit down, show me. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, okay. Cut that, cut that. Did you get the candy? You did, but you're late. Oh my goodness. Oh, 1 minute. Guys, give her a round of applause. She didn't make it. 1 minute. I didn't barge. You're out of the game, out of the party. Now happy to go outside. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, give the candy back. Give the candy back. Go ahead, give it back. Give it back, give it back. Trust me, the items are going to get harder. And again, all you need to do is sit on any chair. It doesn't matter if it's your or not your chair. Next item I need is get me a lime. Libura! Let me see. No, lemon? Oh, you're out, sir. I'm sorry. Give him a round of applause. Everybody eat the lemons. No. Okay, go give the lemon back. Happy to lemons. Good. I like it. Good hustle. Big prize at the end, folks. Big prize at the end. All right. Here we go. Is everyone ready? The next item I need. Remember, when you come down, put it up in the air so we can verify. I need something blue. Go! Stop. Let me see. Hold up. Oh, it's not blue. That chair's open. Oh my goodness. What did you get? Hold on. Blue. Fantastic blue. Hold on. And who are you? What happened here? Oh, you know what? I would have counted this as blue. Give her a round of applause. You're out. All right, guys, go ahead and give the blue stuff back. Remember, big prize for the winner. The next item I need is bring me someone shorter than you. Go! Alright, stop. Okay, hold on. Yes. Yes, unfortunately you're out. Yes. You are out. But hold on, guys. There's one thing we need to understand here. I like to play these games and make them into teaching moments. Sweetheart, do you know what stranger danger is? Huh? Just make sure, even if it's a game, don't let anyone snatch you like that, alright? Alright, everybody back. Return your short people, return your short people. Ever, say no. You too. Alright. You ready? Next item I need. Get me $2 or $1 lunar coin. One more chair. Oh! have here? Yes? That's a loonie. That is a toonie. That is also a toonie. That is a toonie. Let me see it. Let me see it. Yeah, I can't see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Here, let me see. All right. So, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. 4. Yeah. All right. The next item I need. Nah, I'm playing. Come on. Get my kid. Hey. You know what, Manisha, Rakesh, Manisha, Rakesh? I left my envelope in the car. Here you go. Here you go. You have that. All right, guys. The items are going to get harder. What I need, and it can't be on yourself, get me a men's belt. Go! How did all these belts come off so fast? What's going on, guys? Give the belts back. Give the belts back. Oh my God. What kind of party you guys think we're at? It's an anniversary party, guys. Come on. Come on. What are y'all doing here? Sit down. No, Uncle. We don't need the pants. Put the pants back on. Put them on. Put them on. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next item that I need, get me a set of Honda car keys. Honda! One more chair. Let me confirm. Yes. Oh man, you know what? I should have asked for a Benz or BMW or something. All right. Go ahead, give the keys back. All right, guys. The next item that I need you to bring me, get me one alcoholic beverage. Daru! One more chair. Okay, wait, everyone stop. We have to wait. We have to make sure that it is in fact alcohol. Yeah, that's alcohol. What do we got here? Is it? No, this is juice. This is asshole drink. That is vodka cranberry. This looks like apple juice, my friend. Chalo. To Manisha and to Rakesh. Cheers. Salud. Ciao, Bessie Joe. All right. Here we go, guys. We got our final 3 here. You ready? The next item that I need, a makeup item you know how to use. Go! Oh, all right. Hold on. Now, I want you to come here and face this wonderful couple. I want you to turn around and face this wonderful couple. Now I want you to have a seat here. Now, I did ask to bring me a makeup item that you know how to use. So in front of my wonderful couple, it is only right that you actually prove this theory and show us how to use it. Hold on, wait. Okay, chalo. Ekdam number 1. Come on, let's go. Hey! Very nice, you do. Yeah? Guys, give them a big round of applause. do I send this to India? Muddy view, Barney, muddy view. All right. All right, guys, here we go. The final two. Once again, give these two a big round of applause. This is for the grand prize. You ready? On the count of three, when I say go, I want you to get me a sheet of toilet paper. Go! Toilet paper! Who's it gonna be? I don't know which cars are coming through. Oh my goodness! I think you win it first! Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your winner! All right, we have a prize for you. There we go. Here you go, my friend. This is for you. Care of the couple. Give me one more time a big round of applause. Fantastic. All right, folks, we are almost done. Right about now, we have one last performance for you. It is time for me to introduce my head, Riona and Bria.
job. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I'd like to call our guests of honor to say a few words. So please come on up here, Rakesh and Manisha. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the second time newlyweds of 25 years!
This is great. Finally, we finish our 25. Secondly, I wanted to thank you from bottom of our heart, Manisha, and I wanted to thank you again and again for being tonight with us. This celebration wouldn't be possible without you guys. Okay. So 24 years ago, when Manisha and I moved to Toronto, we had only a few families and friends. Today, seeing all of you here made me so happy and proud. I feel like I have a big family. Thank you all for being part of my life. Again, I wanted to say thank you to my parents, Manisha's parents, તમારા વગર નબી આજે જે કંઈ કોઈ છે અમે એ તમારા વગર અમે અહીંયા ના હોય. So thank you for that. We also want to thank family and friends. તમે હંમેશા ખુશી અને મુશ્કેલીના ટાઈમમાં always with us. તમારા વગર કદાચ આ ખુશી આટલી મજેદાર નહીં. તો તમારા બધાના પ્રેઝન્ટથી આજે હું આ ખુશી મનાવી રહ્યો છું. સો I'm very, very happy, all of you guys here. And again, thank you always to be standing beside me.
We also wanted to thank you, Dakshu, Chandni, Hiren, Jayu, Bhumika, Fanny, Parth, for organizing this event and making it truly special. Parth, Fanny, Dakshu, Chandni, એ લોકો કેટલા વીકેન્ડથી તે લોંગ ડ્રાઈવ કરીને અમારા ઘરે આવતા હતા. પ્લસ એવું નહીં કે આવતા આવીને એવરી વીકેન્ડ પર રોકાતા હતા કે અમારી ઇવેન્ટ માટે એ લોકો પ્લાન કરી શકે. સો વી રિયલી એપ્રિશિએટ ફોર ધેટ. દક્ષુ એન્ડ ચાંદની, I know it wasn't easy with the little one, but you still made it. Thank you so much. Also, I wanted to say thanks to Jayu and Hiren for taking the time with their busy schedule. I know when I told first time to Jayu that we are having our 25 wedding anniversary on March 29, since he works in the audit and tax, he was like, oh, this time is very busy for me, how I'm able to help you? But yet, you still made it happen. Thank you so much and we really appreciate for it. What I can say about Bhumika, for last 2 months, every day we were talking and we were planning for this event. અને ભૂમિકાએ ઇવેન્ટને સક્સેસ બનાવવા માટે એટલી એફર્ટ મૂકી છે from A to Z. For little detail must she poured her heart into it. I know Bhumika, you stayed up late night, many nights to make everything perfect and you made it. Thank you so much. I also wanted to thank Hasa Kaka, Hardik, Manish Bhai, I'm missing Rohit, Jasmine, Viresh, Hardik for helping us out throughout this event. Thank you so much. Also big thanks to all vendors, Jatin, Nigam, Sifat, Imran and Kazi for taking care of every detail of our event. Thank you. You all once again, we love you guys and enjoy the rest of night.
And last but not least, I wanted to thank you for my beautiful wife here. Only one sentence I wanted to say is, she is my better. Whatever I have here actually today, like everything really without her support, I cannot be here. So, thank you.
Wow, did you see that? He almost slipped up. You saw that? Did you see? I'm going, yo, he just like, and that's all. No, I forgot. I would like to thank most importantly my wife.
I had to go home.
Absolutely, otherwise you ain't going home if you forgot that. All right, guys, so if you said, oh, what's this? This is the rest of your speech. What was, Apro MC Nigam etlo saras અને કેટલું સરસ બોલે ગુજરાતીમાં અને બધાને મજા આવે. It's very long. I told her to અને એટલું સરસ જતીન પણ મ્યુઝિક રમે તો બધાને મજા આવે છે. આ તો છે ને એને પૈસા તો આપ્યા જ કરજો because stop. You know, we don't have to do that. Listen, guys, we got one last thing that we're going to do here right about now. I wanted to both Rakesh and Manisha to sit right here, all right? Sit right here. Now, Bada betela cho ne? Look at your table number. What did your table number say? Right? The bride and groom, in exactly one song. How long is the song? 4 minutes, 33 seconds. They want to take a photo with every table in 4 minutes and 33 seconds. This is called a photo dash. And our photographers, they're going to take one click. Doesn't matter if half of you are like this. Doesn't matter if tamari aak banche. They're going to take one photo. So you have to rush, hurry, in order. Table 1, table 2, table 3, so on. And everybody come stand behind them and pose. They take a photo. Once you see the flash, the next table needs to come up. Alright? This is fat so we can get to the dance floor and partying. The song is 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Is everybody ready? Yeah? Table 1, where's table 1? Yeah? Table 2, where's table 2? You guys ready? Oh, what happened? Yeah, ready, eating and having some, yeah, I'm ready. Alright, y'all ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3! Let's go! Table 3, get ready. Table 3, get ready. Table 4, get ready. Next. Let's go, join me guys, join me. Rakesh, I need you to come over here. Bring your beautiful wife right here to the center of the dance floor. Hold her hand. And I want you to look at each other in his eyes. Look at his eyes. I want you to hold each other like you're going to do slow dance. Now, before they do this slow dance, one request. They have asked every couple to join their love tonight. So I want all the couples to stand up, all the couples, and join them on this dance floor right now, please, for a beautiful slow dance and share their love. Let's go. All the couples stand up, please. Let's go. Come on this dance floor. Let's go. Chalo. Chalo. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, love has no age. Let's go. Everybody come join them. Let's go. Come on the floor. Come on the floor. All the couples, get up, please, on the floor. In the back, all the couples, please join us. That's right. Let's go. Any more couples over here? All right, bring the couples to the floor. You go, couples. Chalo. You're not my wife, it's okay. Come, let's go. No, that's what I'm saying. All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to share Manisha and Rakesh's love tonight. Hey, yo, DJ, hit me with that slow song.
कैसे जादू कर दिया तेरा मन बैठा है मेरा जिया जाने क्या
Manisha and Rakesh on the floor. They have asked all the couples for the big photo to show your love for them.
I love you so, baby, I love you. दुआ में शामिल तेरा प्यार है, बिन तेरे लम्हा भी दुश्मन।
Are we filming a TikTok? Filming a TikTok.
धड़कनों को तुझसे ही दरकार है, तुझसे राहत है, तुझसे चाहते हैं।
You know gentlemen, y'all know what time it is.
Somebody in the morning. your hands in the air.